You're tuning into the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show with your host, Michael Carvelis.
Yeah, I should have known. Welcome back. You're watching the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. This is Daily Dive. I'm your host, Michael Carvelis, live in Guyton, Georgia. Producer Joe is behind the scenes in Bennettland, New York. It is Friday, November 15th, 2024. Happy Friday, everybody. And we are live on 12 on Sports via Twitter/X and YouTube. We want to also remind you to follow us at Daily Dive LAX on social media platforms, and also subscribe to 12 on Sports on YouTube while you're here, because we are monetized. Thanks for watching the ads before the video. I know those are pain in the butt. On today's awesome, amazing show, expect World War III. Yeah, that's what Toronto Rock owner Jamie Dawick said about future CBA negotiations via the Lacrosse Classified podcast. I will react to the 13 new communities in the NLL UnBOXed and the way it's been going so far. And also playoff predictions, 9th place teams. These are finally the teams that did make the playoffs, which means you'll figure out who our playoff teams are after today's show. Reminder that you want to experience, oh gosh, Adam Levy's already on here, but we'll get that coming in just a second here. Reminder that you want to experience the only, well, actually the only, good Lord, who am I, Paul Rabel? You want to go experience the best lacrosse league in the entire world. You've got to go to tickets.12onsports.com. That's tickets.12-OZ-sports.com. We thank you so much for that. Reminder, they got tickets for less on more than just lacrosse. All right, let's get into it. So, to preface this, Adam Levy commented, "Remember to tell us how you really feel." I got you, sir. And we'll see you sometime in the future, by the way. Thank you, Adam Levy, for always contributing to the show and also being a super fan at the same time, but whatever. All right. Toronto Rock owner Jamie Dawick is, first of all, I just want to do this just because it's fun, and I know Buffalo Bandits fans like to watch this show. Toronto Rock have been owned by the Buffalo Bandits the last few years, so I had to get that out of the way. But Toronto Rock owner Jamie Dawick said, expect World War III when he was on the Lacrosse Classified podcast with Jake Elliott. He said that regarding the future CBA or collective bargaining agreement negotiations between the NLLPA and the NLL this upcoming off season. He says, this might be the last season you'll get to enjoy for a while. I'm paraphrasing. Okay. I would like to let this be known, and this is not just so I can take shots at him later. This conversation I'm about to have is not personal to Jamie Dawick. I don't know him. I don't know his intentions. I don't know anything about the man besides that he owns Toronto Rock. What I will say, respectfully, is he should be ashamed. Because this was lame and unnecessary. If you think about just the point of view where it's like, on the surface, like, what is the first reaction a fan's going to think? I'll tell you what they think. Is just read the Adam Levy lax on Twitter. Just read the comments of whenever he quoted what was said. That's people's immediate reaction. Twitter's a great way to gauge immediate reactions. And people immediately were like, great, screwed. Like stuff like that. And then there was the other side about this when you think about it again. Because I hope it's just contract negotiating. Or a way of getting a way up on things. Kind of like the NFL does. Like a player will come out with his PR team and say things. Then the team will say the other thing. So we got some of that possibly going on here, I hope. But on the surface, it's damning because it paints a horrible picture of the NLL and even the players. Like, I don't know who benefits from him saying that besides podcasts like Lacrosse Classified or shows like Daily Dive. Yeah, it's great content, but who exactly benefits besides that? The viewers become more skeptical than they do optimistic. The players are now in a bad spot because they look like jerks, and the owners are in a bad spot because they look like a bunch of proud people who think the players are at fault for all this. And I do want to make this known. I will dive further into both sides of the coin in a future topic or future segment, but I do see both sides of the coin here. Here's a simple version. I think players need to understand that this league doesn't profit that much yet. I've always referred to it as the 60s NBA. Heck, how the 2000s WNBA before Caitlin Clark got there? Like, let's be real about this. So that's the thing I need to make sure that we're looking at here, is the players need to understand their place in this, and sometimes it takes a place of humility. And then the owners need to invest more energy, because that's what players are wanting. Again, I can get to another segment, but I just want to put this little nugget out there. I'm not pro player or pro owner. I kind of find the middle ground usually. I know some people are all for the athletes and the people who put their life on the line. I'm more of okay, it's also a business at the same time. Joe Tsai is possibly, maybe the most well-known name in lacrosse. Check his Twitter account, Joe Tsai 1999. Non-stop tweets about the PLL, about the New York Liberty of the WNBA, about the new Women's Lacrosse League, and rightfully so. Folks, the owner of the Seals, his last tweet regarding the Seals was, I believe, December 2023. There has been lacrosse played since then in San Diego. You can look up Joe Tsai, the username Joe Tsai 1999, and type in Seals or Seals Lax. He has not said the word Seals or added the Seals Lax team in a year almost. So I see it from both sides. It's not just old man yelling at cloud. It's not get off my lawn. I see where players are frustrated. I see where owners are frustrated. But I just want to throw that nugget out there to you, because I do think saying expect World War III. Listen, I remember personally the NBA lockouts of was it? I don't know how long it was. 10 years ago? I forget how long ago it was. It's not good for the league if a lockout does happen. We're going to still do Daily Dive regardless, because thankfully the Women's Lacrosse League now exists too, which helps. But it's the league would be in a bad spot from a momentum standpoint at such a critical time in history, when in 2028 the Olympics are going to have sixes lacrosse. The PLL is introducing a new women's league, albeit 4 teams, and albeit they have 8 teams. And the NLL has recently folded a team, and now an owner has come out saying expect World War III in the next contract bargaining negotiations. Great, good to know. Looks like we got our topics planned out for the next year. This should be fun. Go NLL. But yeah, that's my reaction to that whole thing. World War III, jeez. I hope not, but there's more time to talk about that at a future date as well. Thanks so much for watching this show. Don't go anywhere. I know you won't. When we come back, the NLL decided they were going to drop their own news. It wasn't the Women's Lacrosse League, but it was 13 new communities. What does that mean? We'll be right back and tell you.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them, with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here's a reminder. Welcome back to Daily Dive. First of all, I mean, you already knew that. Our song, our theme song, can be found on Spotify. We also, speaking of Spotify, can be found on there for podcasts. Search Daily Dive. You'll see the audio only every single day. If you can't watch it, it's okay. We got your back. Also, we got merchandise, and the store's has a new look to it. So check it out. Go to the link tree in our bio, or check out dailydivelacks.creator-spring.com for the greatest in swaggy from us, including a Baddest Daddy cap. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to react to the unboxed, and this is more of the 13 new communities. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, what are they? We haven't seen them. You can check out social media for that, because we're going to show them all on the screen Monday when we have a special segment, which will be announced later on. But for now, I'm going to react to the communities, and I will react to this whole thing so far and what we now know. Because this segment, I'll be honest, when I first thought about making this, I was like, this will be fun. Just talk about all the new logos. Foosborough Sports told me he did 11 of the 13 new logos, which is amazing that they brought him back for year 2. I highly encourage everyone to follow him. He does great work. And now, this has taken a turn for me, because social media, as you know, I can fire some folks up, sometimes inadvertently. So I want to first give a shout out to Nick W. the Stick, like Nick with the Stick on Twitter. Nick says, massive NLL apologist / supporter here. The unboxed is stupid. And what he meant by that was no one, even hardcore fans are in comment sections asking, what is this? I was literally driving to work last night, wasn't reading my phone, but happened to glance over. And the Buffalo Bandits Facebook community direct message group was saying, what is this? I heard New Jersey has a team. Can't wait to go see them play. Okay. So Nick has a point. Because in the year of 2024, unfortunately, articles are not read as much as social media videos are. So when the National Lacrosse League puts out 13 new communities with team logos, it comes across as new teams of some minor league they're doing. That's not what it is. So long story short, someone named Neil Barrett on Twitter, who is kind of well known in the lacrosse community, if you're like one of those hardcore lacrosse social media fans, he was saying, I think it is pretty well explained. Sometimes the fault is just yours that you don't know. Ends up calling me a hater. I end up calling him a cheerleader, so it's all back and forth. Now he's blocked me. It's fine. I gave him his clout for whatever. My point is not for me to brag about being blocked by Neil Barrett. My point is to say this. It's not been well explained to fans, but thankfully, because I know people watch this show, I will read something that I think should be known. Here is what it means in these communities, all these little teams. The first phase of NLL UnBOXed focuses entirely on elementary and middle school aged boys and girls with a physical education /PE/gym class curriculum to help overcome traditional obstacles and make our game more accessible to more communities across North America. If you go on the link that they've been sharing, if you have clicked that, you'll see they've already announced, I believe it's like 10 schools, like across Baltimore, South Carolina, North Carolina, which I think is pretty cool, Texas, hey, welcome back, Dallas, St. Louis, all these cities, these schools have applied. And here's another thing where I kind of was frustrated with, because I wish the NLL would have people go out and proactively reach out to certain schools. Not all of them, obviously, but just a few of them. And I feel like that would be better than just, hey guys, here's a link, apply if you want your school involved. I don't know if that gets the word across the best, but I do like it's a step in the right direction. There also is the potential, which someone has mentioned to me, that what it is data collection to Carrot's potential owners. And like, look how many engaged lacrosse people you have in your market. Pretty pleased by a team. That was told to me by another lacrosse social media person who I will not name, but is pretty well known in the Twitterverse as well. So there's a lot going on here than just 13 new communities. Again, they're communities, they are not teams, even though technically these team names and logos are representations of the communities, if that makes sense to you. It's a lot to unpack. That's why they call it unboxed. Get it? It's a lot to unpack. Good Lord. Slaps myself on my own knee over here. But yeah, there's just a lot going on here. But I do think it's a good initiative all in all. I just want to let you know there's a big can of worms to be opened here. And I hope we get more. I want to see, social media videos. I want to see, people, I know Casey Powell's involved with it, going to some school in Utah and, giving kids sticks and teaching them how to play the game and seeing how the PE class is teaching this stuff. I love that. I mean, I'd rather learn lacrosse than dodgeball. No offense to dodgeball, but Mike, I would much rather learn lacrosse. This overall is a good thing in my opinion. There's still execution's a little bit annoying sometimes, but you get it. So that's my reaction to the unboxed. Now that we know what we know now, and I think it's a good thing. All right, we have up until this point unveiled a lot of teams for our playoff / unified standings year 2 prediction. Coming up next, myself and producer Joe will reveal our final teams each who did not make the playoffs. It's time to piss off one more fan base because next week we get playoff seeding predictions. We're right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll wrap it up next.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I didn't even tell you you're tuned into Hype Up Month 2024. Your favorite lacrosse talk show in the universe is just heating up, so I'd like to apologize for that. I would also like to let you know that you want to experience the best lacrosse league in the entire world. You've got to go to tickets.12ouncesports.com. That's tickets.12ozsports.com to experience sports like lacrosse, concert, theater, Broadway, all for less. We promise you'll love it. Alrighty. As I mentioned before, my son and producer Joe have probably made some fan bases question our integrity here, and that's okay. As we get into our final who missed the playoff predictions, if that makes sense to you. If you've been following along, you understand that. Reminder, I predicted every single game on the schedule. I might reveal this one day, or it might be sold off for auction for a charity. I don't know. I did 18 games for every single team. Here's what I came up with. Boom! But once again, if you're not new to the show, you know that's producer Joe's team. So who is it for me? Who is my final team that did not make the playoffs? Boom! What? For the first time, myself and producer Joe had the same prediction for a spot. It was 9th place. We both think the Warriors just missed the playoffs. Interesting. Here's what's also interesting. I think the Warriors will go 8 wins and 10 losses. I think talent is king. Coaching can only get you so far. Producer Joe also really loves what the Vancouver Warriors are doing. He loves what Kurt Malowski's doing. He thinks he has a bright future, but now is not the time. Here's the thing. There are 2 mainstays on this team you need to keep an eye out for. The guys that'll get it done for you. Ready for it? Drum roll, please. Goalie Aiden Walsh. Superstar Keegan Ball. No disrespect. I know Kurt Malowski loves Keegan Ball and Aiden Walsh. Sorry. That ain't going to cut it for me. As far as their other players on the roster, they also have tried and true Adam Charlin-Beatties, who had a great year last year. They've got, like I said, head coach / GM Kurt Malowski. They've got second-year player Owen Grant, and now Peyton Cormier coming into the fold for the first time this season. And in the dispersal draft, they added a very potent young forward, Ryan Sheridan. But it sounds like to me, they're still a year away, which is why I have them 9th place. With that being said, here is our standings so far, with now our teams who missed the playoffs set. Vancouver, Georgia, Halifax, Las Vegas, Philadelphia, Calgary will miss the playoffs according to me. Producer Joe thinks Vancouver, Rochester, Colorado, Calgary, Georgia, and Las Vegas will miss the playoffs, which means Colorado's in for me, so is Rochester. Producer Joe's going to have Halifax and Philadelphia. So there's going to be our 2 to 4 teams that are a little bit different there, which means this should be fun and up for debate. And of course, you can chime in on the comments as well. But that's what we've got going for you. And we cannot wait because next week begins the seeding of where we think teams will fall. Alrighty. Before I end today's show, I'd like to make a note to thank so much, CJ Breen and Leaf Trading Cards. Remember I talked about that recently? Well, they shared our reel on their story to their thousands of followers. And he retweeted to his Twitter page. And we appreciate them so much because we're ready to open some cards, man. Leaf Trading Cards, baby. Let's do it. So thank you for that. Alrighty. As always, thank you for watching today's awesome show. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram and subscribe on YouTube at Daily Dive Lax. That's Daily Dive LAX. Reminder, you're the bread, you're the butter. You're the Shrek 2 to my Shrek 1. Why does that make sense? Because Shrek 2 and Shrek 1 are both great movies, in case you were wondering. If you tuned in for the first time, please come again and be sure to comment. For amazing guests like Pat Gregoire yesterday and others in the past and more to come, thank you for coming on this show to share your audience with us, giving us validity and relevance. And thank you, Jimmy Dawick, for coming on Lacrosse Classified. For the baddest daddy in producing history, Producer Joe, I'm your humble host, Michael Carvelis. So have a great rest of your day. Weekend, actually. We'll see you Monday. Same time, same place. This has been Daily Dive.
Thanks for watching Daily Dive. See you next time.